Hey, what's up you guys? Joel here from 2GL. Today I want to introduce to you a little tool I've put together which I hope can help you out. It's basically just a very simple profit calculator combined with a little bit of a calculation to help you work out roughly how many units of a product you should be sending into Amazon each replenishment cycle. Okay, so without further ado, let's go have a look at it. So as you can see, it's based in an Excel spreadsheet. I've allowed a space here to put the name of the product so it makes it easy for you to remember what it is. Okay, so let's just put example for now. Okay, next cell is basically just the store price, exactly what you paid for it. So for example, if the store price is listing it as $120, let's just say it's $120, put it in as $120. Okay, if the cashback, that includes your Ebates, your Doobly, whatever program that you belong to that has cashback, okay, let's just plug that in there as is. So let's say it had 11.2% back cashback. Okay, plug that in, boom, there you go. Now the coupon, let me explain this one a little bit for you. So if, for example, you have your straight up coupons that are 5%, 10%, 20%, go ahead and put that in there. There's no problem. Sometimes, however, you may come across some special ones which also would fit into this category. And those are these. I've made a handy little legend for you if you can refer to, if you need to. Okay, so for example, you can have a buy one, get one BOGO free at 50%. That's the same as 50%. You can have a BOGO 25%, which is the same as 12.5%. You can have a BOGO 50%, which is the same as a 25% discount. You can have a B3, buy 3, get 1 free, which is the same as a 33.333333% discount. Or you can have a BGO 50%, which is the same as a 15% discount. Okay, buy 3, get 1, 50% off. So let's just say that I bought this item and there was a promotion going on saying I could buy one, get one free. So it's the same as a 50% discount. Okay, that's sweet. Okay, now the next section, you should be able to determine these figures for yourself. Okay, however, do your due diligence, work it out. Let's say in this particular case, I'm going to sell this particular item on Amazon for 180 smackaroos. Okay, now the FBA fee for that, let's say that Amazon decided for whatever reason they were going to charge me $42 for FBA fee. Okay, so my net profit is going to be $84.72 or an ROI of 159.01%. Okay, now these two calculations have taken into account cashback, coupons, and my Amazon fee. Okay, however, you still need to do your own due diligence and make sure that you have accounted for things like sales tax. Do you need to pay sales tax where you are? The cost of preparation, are you paying a prepping company? Are you having to pay for boxes? Are you having to pay for wrapping, bubble wrap, all that kind of stuff, okay? And of course, it also doesn't account for the cost of sending it into Amazon itself. So when you get this net profit in here, you need to take those things into account and decide for yourself, are you actually making money? Is it worthwhile? Okay? Pretty straightforward. That is the first part of the calculator. The second part is about the replenishment. Okay? Now, I've put in a few landmarks in here that I always keep track of. These things to me are really key. The first one is the number of reviews. So let's go ahead and say that in this particular case, this item had 57 reviews. Now, I mark that at the date of purchase. And why do I do this? Is because I want to know when I come back and look at this product again in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, in 6 months' time, how many more reviews have accumulated over this period of time. I want to have a basic idea of how many units have truly moved since the date of purchase. It's obviously it's just a guesstimate figure, but it's still a valid thing to help you to calculate how much you should be replenishing and also how much you actually want to continue replenishing this product. Okay, the next figure I want to put in here is the number of sellers, in particular the number of FBA sellers that were actually selling this at the time of purchase. So for example, if there were 3 sellers, and of those 3 sellers, 2 of them were selling it as FBA, I want to know that. Why do I want to know that? Because in 2 weeks' time, I want to know, did those guys who were selling it in FBA, did I see a figure that said they only had 5 left, they only had 6 left, but now they're sold out? That's good. I want to know how many they basically sold in that time period, or vice versa. When I come back in 2 weeks' time, is it no longer 2? Are there now 20? There are 20 people selling at FBA. Do I want to compete at FBA? Do I want to now adjust my Amazon price to basically be a bit more competitive? Those are the kind of things that you can now look at, and those are very specific to the date of purchase. Now, here's another one with a bit of contention. This is the rank. Now, I often put in here the rank at the time of purchase. So let's put in something like 2,387, just to be contrary. Now, I often get asked the question, why don't you use the average sales rank over the 90 days that Keeper indicates? And I'll say to that, I do and I don't. There are times where it's an appropriate landmark to use, and those are when you have your products that clearly sell all year round. It's like your beauty products, your health and personal things. All those things sell all year round, so you definitely look at your ranking over the last 90 days, and that will give you a good figure of what this thing is doing. But that's not always the case. As a lot of things that you may be selling might be seasonal. They might be Christmas trees. They might be candy for love heart candies for Valentine's or something like that. Or let's say it's a winter jacket. Who wants to know 90 days worth of winter jacket stuff when it might be the middle of June? Who cares what the rank was then? You're not going to sell a jacket in June. So to me, I want to know what the rank was when I purchased it, and I want to see all the squiggly marks and shifts in movement after that date. Okay, so this one is very important. What was the date that you first purchased this item? So if I bought this item on, let's say, the 10th of November in 2015, okay, I want to put that in there. Okay, now the number sold. This one you need to increment as you sell them. So over the period of time since you bought this and it's been into Amazon, how many times have you sold this, and increment this each time. So if so far in this time period I've sold 3, okay, and the date that I last sold it was, let's say it was the 12th of December 2015, okay. Now the next part is the replenishment in days, okay. Now this is where it starts to become very important. The replenishment cycle in days is quite simply the period of time between sending shipments into Amazon. So if you regularly send into Amazon every 14 days, put in 14. It's that simple. Now this thing will automatically calculate for you based on that time period and how many units were sold during that time period, how many you should buy. So if this is saying 1.3, I tend to go one way or the other with this one. I'd probably buy 1 unit every replenishment cycle to go in there, unless of course it's a buy one get one free, in which case you kind of obligated to buy 2. Okay, so let's see this. If I now start to change these numbers, obviously if I was selling 10 in that time period, wow, all of a sudden I need to buy 4. You might rank that up to 5, but of course if it's a buy one get one free, you'd probably stick with 4, or you might go up to 6. This is just a basic indicator. Okay, so I hope that has been some interesting information for you, and that this calculator is useful to you in helping you to calculate your basic profits and to give you a basic guide on how many items you should be replenishing. Okay, so this has been Joel, your friendly neighborhood arbitragier. Peace.